This latest chapter of Choujin X was continued to be amazing because Azuma is the MoonBeast Choujin, and he is not wasting any time of whooping ass because everyone got these hands. Everyone was getting destroyed by the MoonBeast Choujin, and we were able to see how Azuma was able to transform, and it was very, very illustrated and very much influenced by the Moon Knight series that we see that the author is also illustrating as well as making a manga off of it. But just seeing the design of the MoonBeast Choujin and seeing his fighting style and seeing how he's like operating is just like Moon Knight's. But also this chapter, we see that everyone was getting destroyed because from Ricardo to Ririka to Ellie, again, Ellie's getting destroyed this time in this chapter or this arc, whatever you want to call it, but also to Simon and Momoma and even Tokyo. And even towards the end of this chapter, it seems like we're going to see Tokyo versus Azuma, and they're both Choujin form. But based on this chapter, we can kind of see that Azuma, when he transformed into his MoonBeast Choujin, it seems like he's not himself anymore. It kind of seems like when we saw that other Choujin, when he became the Sinker Choujin, how he wasn't himself and he became mindless, and how his Choujin powers were kind of more of like taking over and have his own conscious. And this is where we can see how Azuma is going throughout this chapter when he transformed into the MoonBeast Choujin, because he doesn't recognize anybody at this current moment. He's just literally, his first thought of seeing them is literally putting hands on them, whooping them, beating them up real bad. And all of a sudden, his main focus is Tokyo. Even though he knows their names, he doesn't really compute on who they are, really. He just knows like, oh, that's Ellie, bam. Tokyo, bam. Everyone else, bam. So it kind of just showcased that this is going to be another situation that Tokyo, he will have to do to try to help Azuma remember who he is and what he is doing, because currently he is out of control. So let's begin the beginning of the chapter. While we see that there is a bug flying around Azuma's body and he landed in his eyes, but we were able to see that Azuma is still able to be unconscious, because fully, technically, your whole body doesn't really fully die within 6 minutes because your brain is still working. So while we see in the thoughts of Azuma, he starts to say dreams, hope, righteousness, persistence, fury, justice, aesthetics, love. Choujins are bequeathed the form and the power of most becoming to them. A particular type of world view is complex, as it were, it's given a raise to a particular Choujin nature. Some will say that those without such complex cannot become a Choujin. And during that whole course of time, while he's stating that, we see that Azuma, he's looking at like weapons, war, knives, and he's looking at the events of how he became a Choujin, because apparently based on chapter 1 or 2, when Tokyo and Azuma, they both have like the Choujin serum, they both ejected each other. So it kind of seems like, Azuma, he kind of really wanted to become a Choujin and wanted to have that power, but he couldn't really activate it. So we see Azuma, he's slowly transforming into the MoonBeast Choujin, where you see that his limbs and everything else from his body, it starts to reattach himself and starts to form into a different form. And as his whole body is forming to a different form, it says, thus, the boy must have had such a complex. And there we see the appearance of the MoonBeast Choujin, and everyone is just looking and just like, what, who the hell is that? Everyone is stopping frozen. And then we see Ricardo, he is the first victim to feel the wrath of the MoonBeast Choujin, because his head is just knocked out. Everyone is freaking out. Everyone's just like, yo, what the hell has happened? Ririka, she is just like, her face is just mind blown. And then Ricardo's head is just knocked out of nowhere. So Ririka, she goes ahead and she tries to do her paper trap to go and tries to do some damage against Azuma. But Azuma's so fast that her attacks can't do nothing. And she gets the worst ass whooping, because rightfully so, because this girl was the one who tries to kill Azuma. And she goes and she gets total kicks, punch everywhere from every directions. And then on top of that, we see that Azuma, he goes and he kick her through the stomach. His foot and his leg went through her abdomen. And we just see Ririka is just coughing out blood and her eyes is about to pop off. Like, bro, like, this man is just whooping ass. It's just destroying anyone that he sees. He's just giving out hands left and right. So while Azuma continues whooping Ririka's ass, it says a Choujin's abilities, especially a morphine type Choujin's strength, depends largely on the original physical capabilities. So after he's done, he grabs Ririka, threw her off of the building while Ririka is just literally falling multiple feet down to the ground, crashing. And as people who are on the floor, they're just seeing a body just going flat out, just falling straight from a building, crashing down to the ground. They're freaking out. Even Ellie's freaking out at this current moment, because Ellie, she doesn't know what the fuck is going on. She's just like, yo, like, what the hell? So while she is just freaking out, Azuma, he goes ahead and he punched straight through Ellie in the lower abdomen of her stomach, and Ellie is just knocked out. Tokyo, he is just screaming Azuma's name and he is just freaking out. But we just see that Azuma, he's kind of like getting mad. Or no, that was Tokyo, my bad. Tokyo, he's getting mad and he's just like, Azuma. And then Azuma, he goes ahead and he kicks Tokyo into the wall. So while it looks like, you know, Azuma, he's about to like walk away, all of a sudden Momoma comes in and she crashed to the party. She actually goes ahead and like lands on top of Azuma. And then we see Simon appears and they both try to take down Azuma. Like they both try to like hold him down, like calm him down and everything, but also to try to injure him and attack him, but not try to kill him. But Azuma, he gets up and he started whooping all of their asses. This man literally went behind Momoma, cracked her neck. Simon, he is just like, oh, what is this type of Choujin? Because out of nowhere, while he's trying to use his blade against Azuma, he goes ahead, takes his blade and cuts Simon in the neck. So while that is done, he goes and he put his main focus onto Tokyo, while Tokyo, he sees all of his friends and his comrades on the floor laying down, and he is just really pissed off. So Azuma, he goes ahead and he says, Tokyo, fight me. And he's just pointing at Tokyo, and Tokyo, he is just like crying, like, why? And he is just afraid, because at this current moment, he doesn't know like why Azuma's doing this. He's like, bro, why are you doing this? Why are you attacking us? We are your friends. We are here to help you. And the chapter ends while we see that Tokyo, he's looking at Azuma crying, saying, why? While Azuma, he's pointing at him saying, fight me. And then the chapter ends while it says, however, the boy also lacks something momentally important. And that's how the chapter ends. So next week or next time that we get the chapter for Choujin X chapter 222, we're going to see the battle between Azuma and Tokyo in their Choujin powers. And it looks like things are about to go to the whole next level, and I'm here for it, because man, this is so exciting seeing both of these guys going hand-to-hand combat. But man, everyone got their ass whooped and handled by Azuma in this chapter, man, and I'm just ready to see what's gonna happen next. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter. What do you guys think was gonna happen, and what do you guys think, like, why Azuma, he's just attacking everyone, especially Ellie? But let me know down in the comment section. If you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monto Man. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out there.